What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to another comic book review video where I say words about a comic that I read and you, the beautiful people, listen. It is I, your crazy Nicolas Cage, your steward of Gondor, your genius, billionaire playboy, basic YouTuber philanthropist, SuperCliff. And would you kindly hit that like and subscribe button for every little bit helps in this majestic YouTube world. And today, guys, we are continuing our epic quest of self-discovery with Beta Ray Bill, issue number 4, written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson, with the colors by Mike Spicer. And away we go. Alrighty, folks, so we pick up after everyone aboard Bill's ship was swallowed up whole by some dark, mysterious, kraken-like creature. Now, things here, they don't start off in such a clean way. Rather, we pick up with Bill prior to his carbonite surgery, and just by looking at the surrounding landscape, we can tell that something is off here, almost as if Bill is in some sort of dreamlike state. And as Bill is getting closer and closer to the mirror, he sees himself. However, as he continues to inspect himself, his horse-like features begin to expand upon his face, eventually to the point where Bill has completely turned into the horse form that he wishes to fix and undo completely. But suddenly, the nightmare ends, and Bill, his mind is returned to the present. And it's here where we see Scuttlebutt in her android form, hacking away these tentacle vines that were encasing Bill against the ship. Now, once Bill collects his bearings, Beta Ray Bill opens the ship's hatch to see where they are. And after doing so, Bill literally begins to poop his pants because wrapped around their ship is a giant kraken monster, a purple monster with multiple eyes and tentacles. It's really gross. Scuttle then proceeds to tap herself into the ship's mainframe in order to find out as to what's going on. And what she discovers is that this monster is somehow infecting the ship's interior, causing these tentacle vines to spread all throughout the ship. Suddenly, Bill hears a scream. And so thinking that it's either Skurge or Pip, Bill rushes over towards the direction to where the voice is coming from. But once Bill opens the door, he is immediately taken back to one of his memories. The very first memory when he first met Thor, when he first fought and defeated Thor and managed to pick up and wield Mjolnir. Now Bill and Scuttle, they're watching this from the side, and Bill, he's like, okay, what the hell is going on, Scuttle? Now Scuttle, she has a theory, for she mentions that the main vines, they're all leading down towards the hallway and are converging on a particular spot that's located within the ship, the records room, the room Scuttlebutt made for Bill in order to relive all of his memories. Now, with regards to whatever the squid monster thing is, Scuttle believes that this monster is toying with them via experiences together, replaying their memories as a means of causing a distraction. Now, when it comes to stopping this thing, it's possible, but they'll have to venture through past memories in order to do so. And this worries Bill because a lot of these memories that the monster is going to use, they're not happy ones. For this thing is going to attempt in using Bill's most traumatic experiences as a means to hold Bill back from reaching the records room. Basically, psychological defense is this thing's go-to strategy. But Scuttle, she takes Bill's hand and says, come with me, we'll do this together. And so, as they make their way down the hallway, the first memory that they come across was when after Bill was chosen by the Corbinites to be their protector, and the surgery he had to undergo in order to become enhanced, strong enough to fit that protector role. And yeah, it's pretty gross, definitely without a doubt, a traumatic experience. The following memory is when Bill sees himself after the surgery, seeing the scarring and the horse-faced warrior that he's become, the image that he has grown to hate. Afterwards, the memory takes both Bill and Scuttle back to when Bill had his last conversation with his mother. And during their conversation, Bill's mother is telling her son that she will always love Bill, no matter what he looks like, for she can see inside of him. And what she sees is the warrior, a strong warrior who has sacrificed his life to become a protector for the people. Yet, she also mentions that she can see the broken heart that he bears. Therefore, his mom's heart breaks as well. And that was the last memory he had of his mother, because afterwards Surtur arrived and rained hellfire upon the people of Corbin, burning and killing those left and right, almost like someone lit a match to spread wildfire upon the innocent. However, there is a silver lining to all of this because as Bill is experiencing his past memories, our hero realizes that though he has suffered and though he has experienced loss and hardship, Bill wasn't alone. For Scuttle had been with Bill throughout the entire time, and so the fact that Scuttle has been with Bill and is currently still with him right now, Bill feels safe. He feels less alone than he ever did. And this is where our two characters make it to the records room where the monster's source is located. And immediately, Bill begins to hack away at this thing, hacking it to pieces until the only thing that's left are bits and pieces along with leftover green goo. But more importantly, the ship's sensors, they come back online, and the ship itself is free from the monster's grasp. And so with it too are both Skurge and Pip. Thus, all the vines and tentacles begin to die off. However, our heroes are not out of the woods yet, because we're soon told by Scuttle that she barely has enough energy to land the ship properly. Therefore, as a result, the ship crashes against the ground. Now, once everyone manages to collect themselves following the crash, Bill sees something, and so as he makes his way outside, Bill becomes ecstatic, because sitting in front of him is Surtur's sword, the Twilight Sword, the weapon that will be able to make Beta Ray Bill worthy and beautiful again. Now, as Bill is admiring the sword in front of him, Scuttle walks up to him, and she tells Bill that she's sorry for not knowing on how to comfort him. Scuttle also mentions that Bill's mom was right, because if one were to look inside Bill, no one would find the monstrous horseman that he is. Instead, they would see a radiant being, someone who doesn't need a hammer or a sword to prove himself worthy. For Bill is Bill, and therefore nothing will ever change that. But though Bill is touched emotionally by Scuttle's words, he tells her that he wishes he could believe that, because he has never felt that way within himself with regards to how Scuttle sees Bill. Rather, Bill feels monstrous, and so he needs to forge a better path for himself. Forge a path the only way that he knows how to. But suddenly, once Bill tries to take out the sword from the ground, shit starts popping off. And the one who is responsible for causing these loud booms, these earthquakes, is Beta Ray Bill's arch nemesis, the fire demon himself, Surtur. Surtur has returned, and he proclaims to Bill that he's been waiting for a powerful opponent to prove his own worth to his hallowed sword. For only the worthy shall wield Twilight. Thus, Surtur challenges Bill for the right to wield Twilight. And that, folks, was Beta Ray Bill issue number 4. And yeah, I think that out of all the issues we've gotten so far, this was definitely the shortest. Now, that's not to say that short equals bad. I personally think a lot of comics should be more precise with their narrative telling and become less bloated. However, I will say that I wish we had gotten a bit more within this issue, considering issue 5 will be the final one, but that's just my small critique, because other than that, this issue was balls deep amazing. I love how depressed Bill is within the series, yet at the same time, Daniel Warren Johnson is able to provide levity when it's needed, and so that the story doesn't just feel super emo, and that's something I definitely appreciate. Now, I have this theory that Scuttlebutt will die, and through her death is how Bill will learn about his self-worth. And if that's the case, then that's really depressing, but it works. So hopefully there's a choice within the middle of that thought process that isn't so depressing. But yeah, this series continues to be great, and I can't emphasize that enough. And obviously one of the major selling points for this Beta Ray Bill mini is of course the art. Seriously, it's flawless. Both Daniel Warren Johnson and colorist Mike Spicer continue to blow my mind, along with reminding me that anything I've ever drawn in my past life, it's shit compared to this. So legit, these two should always work together because their combined efforts are filled with badassery. Great job. So yeah, overall this series is great and definitely check it out. It's only 4 issues so far, with issue 5 being the last. So yeah, just read this book, folks, because it's just so good. Beta Ray Bill, issue number 4, gets a sexy 9.5 out of 10.